buckle up. It's gonna be a long one. Hello, welcome to the Wandering Purl podcast. I just filmed a whole intro and it didn't record. So that's how this one's starting off. It's gonna be fun, but welcome. I'm Bethany, and it has been a minute since I podcast. It's been over 2 months. I have just been too busy. Literally every spare second I have been sewing. I have sewn hundreds of bags, not an exaggeration, in the last couple of months, which is such a blessing, but so overwhelming too, and just did not have the time or space or brain energy to film a podcast. I had my sock week making video that for my bag that was half edited for like a month, and that is not like me at all. Like, I normally sit down and get it done and I'm done, but no, I was just so busy. So thank you guys for sticking with me and coming back. It's gonna be a long one. I have 4 finished objects to share with you on episode 52, which is what this one is, and they're all socks, but it's okay. It means I got some knitting done, which is really exciting. And I hit 2,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much. It is just mind-blowing that there are 2,000 of you out there who hit that like and subscribe button. And I'm really grateful. So thank you guys so much for that. If you haven't subscribed and you like the content, it would mean a lot if you would subscribe and like this video. It shows YouTube that you like my content and kind of pushes my name out there a little more to be seen by others. So I would really appreciate that. I was saying something else. Oh, welcome back to Wisconsin. We are still just outside Madison and we are loving it here. It is beautiful. It is a warm but not hot August evening, so that is very nice. I thought I would come out here where you can kind of see the cornfields, and then these are soy bean plants, I believe. But yeah, this is what we get to look out at the back of our camper every day, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. So I wanted to show and share with you guys. We have some news about if we'll be extending, if we'll be moving, coming up later in life, so stick around for that. But this one is, sorry, I heard somebody. There's a dog. Okay, it's all good. We're good. But this is gonna be a long one, so I think we'll just go ahead and jump right in and start these segments. So last time we talked, which was over 2 months ago, so long ago, we had some half-finished objects, I believe. I believe my socks for my dad, were, let me think of what I'm trying to say, we're halfway done. So I was working on those and I finished them. I don't have them here to show you because I mailed them off, I don't know, over a month ago probably, to my parents' house, and they have gotten them and I'm pretty sure they've probably been worn by now. But I will show you photos here. They were started May 20th and finished on June 16th. I did 72 stitches on a US 1 2.25 millimeter, which is what I do all of my fingering weight socks on. I did just vanilla, so it was nothing fancy at all. I probably did like 50 leg rounds. All the info is going to be on my Ravelry, which is linked down below. I have notes, pretty good notes, for most of my projects down there. So a few of these coming up, I'm going to say all the info is on Ravelry. It's linked down below, so you can check it out and I don't have to like edit myself to death with all the information. But I did a slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset. I said it correctly because I wrote it down in my notes. And yeah, I got those done fairly quickly. I used yarn. I think I have the tag still. Let's see. Here we go. So I used a Sherwood Fiber Arts in the colorway Sloss. This was gifted to me by my friend Julie, not the Julie that is here in Wisconsin, but one that is, believe, in Alabama. And she had gifted me this yarn. It turned out beautifully. I also believe I have, yes, this is what I have left. So I will be putting that in my scrap bin. It was really great yarn. I think it's a yeah, it's an 80/20, which is my favorite blend. It's got that really, really pretty twirl to it, or twist to it, I believe. So yeah, that one was really great. And I enjoyed knitting those up. So when I finished those, I started another pair, and these were for my mom. So I knew if I was sending my dad some socks, I should probably send my mom some socks too. So I sent her socks. I called them Shorties for mom because she always likes like shorty footy type socks. I started this June 16th and finished on June 24th, which is Brian's birthday. Just a, you know, little tidbit there. 64 stitches in a US 1 2.25 millimeter again. And for this one, I did, all the info is on my Ravelry page, but I did 15 rounds of 2x2 ribbing and then 5 rounds of stockinette before I started the heel flap, the slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset. Still can't get it right. And then just did the foot vanilla like normal. So it's a very short, like little cuff, little tiny leg, and then yeah, I have the pictures up for you. I also have the yarn. So this was a swap yarn that I got, I believe, years and years ago. I cannot remember exactly who it was from or what yarn it is, so it's just a mystery yarn. But this is what I have left of that. Another one to go into my trying to think, my mind is completely blank, into my stash, scrap, that's the word I was looking for. So I have that to go as well. I have about the same. I think this one was 50 grams to start with, and this one was 100, so about the same left. I did not measure them. I should probably do that, but I didn't. So anyways, so yeah, I enjoyed doing that. Sent them off to my mom and dad, and they both got them. I didn't tell them that it was coming, and it was kind of like a surprise, so they were excited. Next up, I actually have them to share with you are my Sock Week 2025 socks. So I was really excited to participate this year. I figured, you know, I was a sponsor for one of the bags, so I should probably participate. Last year I didn't participate, which was the first year since I started knitting that I didn't. But this year I was really excited to do it. So I got sponsored yarn by, hold on, let me make sure I say it. So Happy Jane, and the color is Huckleberry Sunday with the 2 minis that came with it. And I love my socks so much. I really went all out. Like, I'm showing you the bad side, but where I connected. But look, I did contrasting heels and toes. I did stripes. I did a broken rib pattern, so knit 3, purl 1. And I love these. These are, I'm so excited. This is like Bethany colors. When I saw this in the preview, I was like, I have to have that skein of yarn because it is gorgeous. That purple, oh, it's just my favorite. I really love it. So there's kids over there playing, but yeah, it was a really fun make. So I actually started these on July 19th, the night before Sock Week. I think it was like a couple hours before midnight. But since I was a sponsor, I decided I wasn't going to apply for any prizes or anything because that's just silly. So I was like, it doesn't really matter if I start on time or not. My goal was just to try to at least make 1 sock in a week. And I made 2 socks in a week. So I made the whole pair. I finished on July 25th. So I was like, I think it was 6 or 7 days 6 days that I ended up taking to make it, which was impressive. I have not made something that quickly in a long time. So I was proud of myself. All of the notes again about how many rows of what I did are on Ravelry. And yeah, it was really great. I did 64 stitches for me, and now I'm excited because I can wear them. They've been sitting right beside where I sew for the last 2 weeks, and now I can put them away and wear them eventually when it cools down. So that was that was my sock week socks. And I wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who participated in sock week and tagged me and showed off your Love and Stitches yarn cup. I so enjoyed seeing everyone knitting and having the yarn cup there or the notion pouch, and it was just so fun. So thank you guys for all of the love and support that you showed me and all the other sponsors, and of course also Natalie. My last finished object is also another pair of socks, but these were for Bryan and they were DK socks, so they were quite different than the other three that I was knitting on. I started these July 10th and then finished on July 28th. I took a break from them to work on my sock week socks in between there. So in reality, it didn't take me that long because there was that whole week that I knit my sock week socks. But I used the Crazy Sock Ladies DK Weight vanilla pattern that is free on Ravelry, and I'll have it linked down below for you guys to check out. I don't knit DK socks very often. I think this might be my third or fourth pair ever making them. So I definitely needed to kind of get the numbers from that and draw and see exactly what I needed to do. But her patterns are great, so I definitely recommend that. I cast on 48 stitches for these and also use a 2.5 US needle, which is a 3mm. And I don't have those to show you either because Bryan has already claimed them and been wearing them the last couple of nights, which makes my heart happy. So he has been enjoying those a lot. And I didn't realize it, but this is all the yarn that I have left. Yeah, I didn't realize it when I was knitting how little I had because it was stuck down in the yarn cup and I was just like knitting away, not paying attention. And then when I pulled it out to like finish up the sock, I was like, dang, I was real close to not having any left, but I did, which is great. I didn't even think I did that. Maybe I did make them kind of high. I did whatever the pattern said. I did exactly the leg length of the pattern. But this yarn is Hedgehog Fiber Merino DK in Labyrinth. And this was actually gifted to me by my friend Stephanie and her husband. He picked it up on a trip and then we both had matching pairs. So Stephanie, I made socks for Bryan out of these. I hope you're okay with that because it was like the only single DK that I had and I wanted to make him some really warm socks. So that's what I did with those. Very happy with that. I think I'll probably make him a few more DK socks because his feet are always cold and he's always wearing socks. I feel like that would be good to have a few more pairs because he has quite a few fingering weight. So those are all of my finished objects. I haven't had that many in quite a while. I mean, they are all socks, but I'm happy with that. I enjoyed making them. Sometimes I kind of get in the mood where I'm like, ugh, I don't want to make any socks. Like, it's so redundant or of making them, and then I get tired of them, and then I have so many already, but I enjoyed making them. It was something kind of thoughtless that I could do and enjoy, and I'm glad to have some finished objects. I'm going to do this a little out of order. Normally you would have works in progress next, right? But I am going to do acquisitions because I've gone to a few yarn shops with my friend Julie over the last couple of months and gotten some yarn that is currently being used in some projects. So I thought I'll do acquisitions first and then we'll go into the projects. So on June 18th, me and Julie went to 2 local-ish yarn stores. They were like within 30 minutes, an hour-ish. But the first one was Needles and Pens Yarn Shop. And that was here in Wisconsin. And that was super fun. I didn't take any video or pictures. I really should have, but I will have them linked down below. So you can check out their website. And then the second one we went to is a brand new store. I think Sarah's only been open for like maybe 3 months or so. Maybe, but it's called a Skein Away and it's just over the border in Illinois. And it was a beautiful shop, lots and lots of beautiful items in there. And the owner, Sarah, is amazing. So I'm linking her down below. I think she just got her website up and running, which you're going to want to check out because I have something to talk about a little later about her store also. But it's going to be down below. So when I was out there, shopping with Julie. Of course we bought yarn, and I had a goal when I went of what I wanted to buy. So I was wanting to make Bryan a sweater. I chatted about that last time, I believe, 2 months ago, and I was looking for some DK weight because I want to make the the So Basic sweater by Max the Knitter, and that's DK weight. So that is the pattern that I have decided on, and I also got the yarn. So let me grab it. I wanted something that was soft, not going to break the bank, and durable. And I've used this yarn before, so this is what I ended up getting again. It is Berroco Vintage DK. It is an acrylic wool nylon blend, and it is so soft. Really works up nicely, easy to work with, and I mean, I can wash it in the washer and all kinds. So this is the color, it says 2189, but it's charcoal is what the color is. But you can see, I hate it when they put like the number for it, but this I got like 5 skeins, so I have this ready to go for his sweater, which I haven't cast on yet, but we'll talk about that in a minute as well. So I found this right away and was really happy with it. And then while I was there at that store, this was at the Needles and Pens yarn shop. When I was there, I saw a beautiful hoodie that I was like, I have to make that. So this is what I saw. They had it knit up in store. Look, oh my gosh, it just called to me when I saw it, and I was like, I need that in my life. So I was looking at yarn there, and the yarn that they used for it was expensive. Like, I don't want to spend $200, $300 on yarn to make a sweater. I just don't. I'm just not at that place right now in my life where that's really doable or really something I want to do. I just can't do it. So I was like, okay, I'll look for yarn. So I was looking at different yarns. I took some pictures of some yarns, and then I bought the pattern there. So this is, what is this called? Let's see if it has, is that what it's called? No, here we go. This, I'm not even gonna really try to say it, but this is what it's called. You know, I'll cover up some of the patterning, but I have decided this is what I want to make for myself. So I was like, okay, I took some pictures. I'll look online, see if I can find some things. But then we went to another store, the Skein Away, and they had some Berroco yarn there that I was like, it's kind of close to what I was wanting, because the sample knit, I might still have the picture. If I do, I'll put it on the screen. But the sample knit that I saw was in this kind of cream tan color. I think it was cream, actually. Anyways, I was looking at the Berroco there, and I really wanted to get, like, I wanted to get the yarn right away. So I ended up picking up this color. This is called, what color is this again? Oats. So I got this, and I think this will be a really great color for that, for me especially. Sorry, people could just keep walking around. So I will spill something on it more than likely, and this will be great. And this is only $10 a skein. So, I mean, it's amazing, right? Like, it's not going to break the bank. So I got what I need to make that. I have done some swatches. I did these forever ago. I don't even know what. Look, I'm all tangled. What is happening? 1 second. I haven't even, okay. So I haven't even seen if the gauge is right. I've just made my swatch because I was really ambitious at the beginning of June, and then, yeah. But this is what the oats looks like, all knit up, and this is on a size 6 needle, which is probably what the pattern calls for. So I do have that swatch. It's been blocked and everything. I just need to see what my stitch per inch is. And then I also did the charcoal, which is here. Very nice. It was supposed to be in the round, so I did the cheat way, obviously. But yeah, very knit up very nicely. This is on a US 5. So yeah, same yarn, so 2 different ones, so I can check my gauge. So it should work well as for that as well. But while I was at a Skein Away, I also saw she had this little bin that was like used yarn, but not used, just like been in someone's stash and they didn't want it anymore. And it was this beautiful one, which is called Three Irish Girls. I think this is a very old tag for them. Yeah, Three Irish Girls Yarn Co. And this color is Winter Birch. And then she had 2 of these. So I grabbed those because I had a plant for them, which you will see in the next segment. So I got 2 of these. They were $10 each also. So yeah, I was really excited to be buying yarn. I was like, ooh, I hadn't bought it in a long time. So that was exciting. And then I also ordered a couple things for sock week. So you already saw my sock set from So Happy Jane, which I absolutely love knitting up. I think they turned out great. I love seeing everybody's of all the different sock week sponsors, but I did order that and get that. And then I also ordered one more thing. Let me grab it real fast. I wanted something a little different for my stitch marker for sock week, and I saw that Lach Lou had a really fun and very clever like ice cream update right around the time of sock week's update, and I had to grab one. So I grabbed the little chocolate ice cream cone, and since sock week this year was a ice cream social theme, I thought this would be perfect. Ice cream, chocolate ice cream is my jam. Like that's what I'm gonna eat ice cream. It's gonna be chocolate. So I used this on my sock week socks and really enjoyed that and had fun with that. So that's all of the acquisitions, I think. Yes, I think that's all we needed, right? But now we can go and talk about works in progress because it's gonna involve some of the stuff. Let's talk about the Larkspur. I have hibernated it. I don't want to frog it yet, but I also don't have any desire to knit on it at the moment. So I don't know if I am going to frog it or if I'm going to do something else with it. So for right now, I've just put it on the back burner. I'm not even considering it a work in progress. It's hibernating. At the moment, I'm leaning towards frogging it. I don't know. I need to really pull it out and look at it again, and I just haven't had the time or the brain space to do that. So yeah, we're just gonna move on from that one. But I did cast on a new sweater. So the Love and Stitches membership, which is run by Knitting Natty and I'm a part of, had a summer top make along for like the whole summer term, and one of the tops that a lot of people were making was the Uptown Tee by Tori Yu. And you know, I'd seen people making it. I wasn't really casting anything on. I wasn't thinking about it. I knew I was busy sewing, and looking at the patterns, nothing really screamed at me. But then right before I went shopping with Julie, another member of LIS, Sarah, she posted her finished object, and I'll show it here. It is so beautiful on her, and I was like, ooh, I want to make that. She looks so good in it, and it just looks like a fun, simple pattern. So I decided to cast it on, and I cast it on with, actually I was looking specifically at the yarn stores for yarn to cast it on, and when I saw this in the sale bin and there were 2 skeins, which is technically what the pattern says I need, I was like, yes please. So I did get 2 of these and I cast on the Uptown Tee. I've been too busy to work on it recently, but I will show you what I have. And I'm trying to get to the point where I can just get to the round and round in the stockinette, and then I'm going to cast on Bryan's sweater and get it to the point. And when I'm like don't have any brain power, I can work on the Uptown Tee, and then if I have brain power, I can work on casting on his sweater. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. All the bags that I'm going to show you are made by me. Just this one's the drawstring. I do have more of this fabric, which I love. I fell in love with this fabric when I went fabric shopping and decided I had to make myself a bag. So this is the drawstring, and it is housing my cardigan right now. And this is my little notion pouch, which I adore. I don't have any more of this fabric, and I can get more though if needed, but I love the little camping one. So enough talking about that. Let's talk about my sweater. So I cast on June 25th, forever ago. If you hear that noise, it's just the guy going by on the mule. He's picking up trash. But I haven't worked on this in weeks just because I haven't had the brain space, and obviously I've been making a lot of socks. But I have done all the short rows and I'm working on just doing the increases for my size. And you can see I love this really simple like 2-row repeat for the sleeves. It's so beautiful but so simple. It's just like a slip stitch and cast on type. I'm not explaining it well, but this fabric is really knitting up really pretty. It's exactly what I want. I wanted something kind of neutral, and it's doing great. I forgot in acquisitions, I also got this from Katie of Lach Lou when I got my ice cream. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I have these fun little stitch stoppers that I got last year at the Hoosier Hills Yarn Festival. I think I got them at the Yarn Bus. I don't remember. Anyways, I love them and haven't been able to use them that much. So I'm not too terribly far, but I'm gonna work on it more. So I'm happy. I'm getting closer to, I think my stitch numbers are off a little bit. And that's what's kept me from working on it recently, because I know that I need to do a little math in my head to figure out how to get exactly to the right stitches that I need on my needle, which, I mean, it's not really a big deal. You're not gonna really tell if it's like 2 stitches off or anything, but that's why I really haven't picked it up recently. I am using, what needles am I using? To cast on, I think, hold on, maybe I'm lying. Yeah, to cast on, I used a US 2 2.75, and what I'm using right now is a US 4, which is a 3.5 millimeter. So far, I really like the pattern. It's easy to follow, and I'm excited. I have something happening next month that I would really like to wear this at. I'll talk about in news, but that means I need to get it done. So my goal this month is really to get this done. And I think if I can get through the sleeves and get over it, which hopefully I'll work on it this weekend, and hopefully also I made the right size. Need to work on that. Size, by the way, is size 5, which is the 50-inch. Yeah. Oh, my gauge was a little smaller on this. It was 22 inches per 4 inches. 22 stitches per 4 inches. And I'm not sure, I think it was like, you're supposed to have like 24, I think. But it has a pretty big ease into it already, so I figured it'll probably be okay. If not, I'll rip it out and start again. We'll see. But yeah, I'm housing that in this bag. And then last night when I wrote my notes, I didn't have any other projects, but then I ended up staying up a little longer with Bryan, and I was like, well, I want to cast on some socks for Felicity because I have so much of my sock week yarn left that I can make her a pair. She likes purple too, and then we could kind of have matching pairs. So I cast on socks for Felicity, and they are literally that much. I did like 8 rows. So these I don't even have a Ravelry project page for yet. I might by the time I edit this video. I'll try to make one, but yeah, this is what I've started, and I'm also have it in my Sock Week yarn cup. I got all the yarns down in there. It's got the 2 minis in here and the main skein, which I have a lot left of, so I'll be able to make her some socks. I'm gonna ask her if she likes it better ribbed or if she likes it better vanilla, and also if she likes longer or shorter. I'm pretty sure she's gonna say longer. I can hear my dogs barking. And then you're gonna hear a kid scream at the dogs. But I'm over here, so it's okay. But I'm gonna ask her what she likes best and then just do that. But for hers, I did start with a little pop of color. I was watching Allie of, I always get her two channels mixed up together. Allie of This Little Wonderful Life and Little Drops of Wonderful. Little Drops of Wonderful is her crochet and knitting channel. But she had made some socks recently and did the little bit of cuff on it, like the little pop, and I was like, I'm gonna copy her and do that. So Allie, thank you for the inspiration. I've done it before, but it's been a really long time. So those hopefully will be done by the next time, whenever I chat to you. Last time we chatted, I had some goals. So let's go through what my goals were for last episode. I wanted to finish the Larkspur, finish socks for Dad and make a pair for Mom, and find a sweater pattern for Bryan. So I made a decision sort of on the Larkspur that we talked about, and that was to hibernate it for a little bit. I did finish the socks for Dad and made a pair for Mom and got those shipped off, so I did that. And I also did find a sweater and yarn for Bryan. So I did indeed in 2 months do my 3 little goals. So yay me. But I really liked doing the goals, so I'm gonna do some more goals, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to podcast at least once a month from here on out. I hope. I know I've said that for like the last 6 episodes, but we're gonna see. Okay, we're gonna try. So I have 3-ish, 4-ish goals. I want to finish the Uptown Tee that I just showed you, and I would like to finish that by like the first week of September. So that's about 4 weeks. And then I have on here make Felicity socks, which I've just started those. So I think I'll be able to get those done. And then I want to start Bryan's sweater, at least start it. And I'd like to start my hoodie as well. I just want to get, I probably won't end up starting the hoodie until a little later, but in about a month, it's going to start getting cooler and I'm going to want it. So yeah, but I want to make Bryan's sweater first for sure. But we'll see. So those are my goals, and I think they'll be doable. They should be. It has been forever since we chatted. So I put on Instagram a little box asking if anyone had any questions, and several of you did ask questions. So I'm going to try to go through them as quick as I can because I know that I can talk a lot. I don't know if you can hear the birds, or not the birds, the insects. I don't know if they're cicadas or what they are, but I'm sure you can hear them. So I apologize, but it's nature. So this question I got asked several times, and I'm going to talk about that in life in just a little bit. So I'm going to save that one and answer it during my life segment. But you'll get the answer. So Vanessa Owens, NZ artist, I believe, she asked, what are some tips and tricks for organizing your yarn and sewing stuff in a small space? That's a good question. So organization, first off, don't just have a space and organize it. I have little compartments that I use in my sewing that I've gotten off Amazon. I'll link them down below. That has really changed a lot of my organizing in the last couple of months. I got them, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and having it like a little drawer for every little thing is just like perfect. It helps a whole bunch. I'm still kind of not the best, but I do my best. And just like not overbuying. I would say try not to buy too much. Buy what you need and think about if you really need it. And I have like things that I use pretty consistently. I'll have in one little drawer, and then I have like kind of backups or extras of that I keep in a separate place. It doesn't all have to be kept together. I also have these little shelves that I got off of Amazon, I believe. I'll also try to link those, that I have used for, first it was for my yarn, that I would use to kind of stack it and keep it more organized. And also, now it's for my fabric. I've switched where my yarn and fabric were. So now my yarn is all in a tote, and it's right up in the loft where the boys used to sleep. And I have another tote that has kind of project bags and like blockers, soap, scraps, that kind of thing. Just having it organized is the best, I think. It doesn't really matter how you do it as long as it's organized, especially in a very small space. Like my sewing especially, I have to go through it like once or twice, so once every week or two, and try to figure out like, all right, let's reorganize this, because sometimes I'll be in a rush and I'll just cram things back and not put them back where they're supposed to go. But anyways, yeah. Okay, so that was really long for the first question. Sorry. But thank you for that question. And then Yarn Oops, my dear friend, asked, favorite family dessert to chill and enjoy with summer temps, recipes to share. We are not a dessert family. I didn't really grow up having desserts. Bryan did, so bless him, because he likes to eat something like sugary right after dinner, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? We just ate. But so I don't actually do desserts. However, there is a very amazing bakery close by that we have gotten quite attached to, and they have amazing cakes, cookies, scones, muffins, all the things. So I would recommend that. I don't have any really fun recipes to share. No. Watch Vlogmas, and I'll try to do some recipes. I do recipes during that, but fortunately I don't have anything fun. I'm not a fun person. Sorry. Also from Yarn Oops, are more family members crafting with you as they've grown, or still more so your thing with fiber arts? It's still my thing. Felicity was kind of interested in it when she was young, when I was crocheting, probably like 4 or 5, and I tried to teach her, but it just didn't really work. And her passion really is more drawing and art and concept in that form. And her daddy's the same way. Bryan is very artsy and has a very good talent for that, which I do not have. And Grayson doesn't really have it, but Kai does. So Grayson has his Legos. He builds amazing little people and things that are just like wild in Legos all the time. And then Kai is very into kind of computer graphics and making that. Grayson and Kai have never shown any interest in sewing or in knitting or anything like that, which doesn't surprise me. And Bryan learned to crochet when I learned to crochet, and he actually made his mom a blanket. And that was like the one and only thing he made, and she still has that to this day. It was just like double crochet across and stripes of black and red. It turned out really well. But yeah, it's still just me. They know lots about it, but they don't really show any interest. Another one from Yarn Oops. Would you rather make holiday decor or make holiday gifts? When do you start holiday gifts and making? I have gone through phases of both. I've gone through making a whole bunch of holiday decor, which I love getting out every Christmas, which is kind of like the holiday that I am considering. I really love getting those out every year, and I'm so grateful that I took the time to make those. And a few years ago I knit some as well. And I've gone through a very large chunk of gift making as well. I think it really depends on the season of life, and what patterns I might see that kind of draw me in. I would say probably right now it would be, if I had to pick one, it would be holiday decor probably, because I could pick a couple more little, you know, I made the little sweaters, and the little socks, a couple years ago now probably, and those were really fun, and I gifted those, a lot of those, so so that was kind of both in one. But yeah, holiday decor would probably be what I'd pick right now, and start making them. If I was wise, I'd start right now. But me, I'd probably wait till the last minute. Like when I was making the sweaters and the socks, I think I did them in like November, December during like Advent time. Especially the little socks. I used my Advents from my friend Laurie and did those. So that was really fun, and it's a good memory for that. To have for the next year, maybe to do during Advent would be really fun. Thanks for your questions. Okay, I have one more, and it's from Crafty Erin C. She asked, how can we help you the best? And that is the sweetest question. Very, very sweet, Erin. Thank you. So really the best way is to subscribe and like and comment. Like my Etsy shop, give me a follow on Instagram. That's the best way, really. It's the easiest, freest way, but it shows like Instagram, not Ravelry, Etsy, and YouTube. Those likes, comments, and subscriptions really help with the algorithms. And sharing, you know, just like sharing, hey, here's a new podcast up by The Wandering Purl or whatever, that on Instagram or on even on Facebook, I guess, but mostly Instagram. That's really the easiest and best way that you could help. And I love reading your comments. So even if you're just like, cute background, liked your socks, that's awesome. I really appreciate it. I just love interacting with you guys. So I really appreciate that question. Thank you. And if you have any more questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them either in the comments, or if there's a lot, I can do it on the next episode. News. Let's go over a few little things happening in news. There has been one video since the last time that I spoke to you guys, and it was my sock week bag prep. I don't even remember what I called it, but I'll put a picture here. But yeah, that video took forever. Well, it was like 5 months in the making of that video. And it was meant to be put out way before it was, but I ended up putting it out like the start of sock week, which I think was kind of fun. But if you want to see how I came to design and make all of these bags, check that out. It was a fun make. It was a long love process. But yeah, check that one out. It's fun. I ended up, I don't remember how many, I should know. I'll put on the screen how many yarn cups and notion pouches I ended up selling. Wildest dreams that was like come true for those. It was so amazing. And thank you all for making it such a success. It was really great. So thank you. It was great for my very first kind of like ever sponsorship thing to be such a success. People are driving by looking at me. Okay, next up, thank you again for your support of Sock Week and also the Splash Pad Party. Splash Pad Party, I think, yeah, which was hosted by Boston Jen. I was sponsors for both of those, and I mailed out my prize winners this week, so hopefully they'll be getting their prize bags. One chose a drawstring, and that was a fall themed. I'll put the picture up here. And then the other one was a yarn cup, which was a Washington theme. She was actually from the state of Washington, so that was really cool. And I had fun getting those made and shipping out to them this week. So congrats to you guys for winning those. I am really hoping to be a part of the pigskin party, which is also hosted by Boston Jen. I'll have all the information for it linked down below as well. I have participated in this for several years in the past, and it's such a fun make-along. It is no whips allowed, but it's from the beginning of football season to the end. So it starts in September for the first regular season game, I believe, until the Super Bowl. So you get lots of time. You get points for how many yards you knit or crochet, and there might be spinning as well. I'm not 100% sure, but it's so fun. And I'm hoping to be a sponsor. I don't know if I'm going to be like just a Snack Shack sponsor again, or if I'm going to try to upgrade it to one of the others. We'll see. I need to look into it. It's on my list of things to do. So hopefully next time I'll be able to tell you a little bit more about that. Wisconsin Sheep and Wool is next month in September. It's September 5th through 7th, and I am going to be able to attend. I'm so excited that I'm going to be able to go. I'm going with my friend Julie, and then we're meeting up with some Love and Stitches, other Love and Stitches members, and we're gonna have so much fun. I'm so excited. So if you are attending and would like to meet up, please send me a message on Instagram, or you can email me, or comment here, and I'd love to meet up with you, as many people. I've never been before. I made sure that Bryan has those days off, so I am free and clear to go and just hang out and have like the best time, which is what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to just having like a girls' weekend, is what Julie called it. So it's going to be fun. So let me know. That's why I want my sweater done, because I want to wear it there. And then it's sneaking up on me. So hopefully I get it done. And I have one other announcement that I have been working on for about a month, and that is I have my very first wholesale order for my bags. And that's really wild that my bags are going to be in a shop to buy. That's craziness. So when we were at a Skein Away with Julie down in Illinois, Sarah, somehow the owner, I don't remember, we were talking about something, it came up that I was making bags, and she was like, oh, I'm looking for another bag maker for the shop. And she was like, do you have a card? And I did have a card, which is crazy to have a business card. But I gave her my business card, and the next week she emailed me and was like, yeah, I'd really like to have your bags in my shop. And she's kind of new at being a business owner. I'm new at running this, and we kind of just chit-chatted for a couple weeks and figured out exactly what we wanted to do, which bag she wanted. And I was like, the first week of August is like the earliest I can get it to you, because I had all of my Sock Week orders at that point. And yeah, I just finished all of them. Like, they are completely 100% done as of this afternoon. They were all done being sewn a couple days ago, but I had to do a couple other things. But they are in the truck ready to go. And tomorrow, it'll be in the past for you, because this isn't getting edited for a few days, but they are going to the shop and I'm going to be dropping them off. So I'm really excited about that. I'll link her shop below. There is an exclusive print that we are going to have just for her shop. It's the Black Cats and Plants one that I'm showing on the screen right now. That is an exclusive print to Skein Away, so you'll be able to get it on her website or in her store. So if it's like one you have to have, you can check out the link down below. I'll make sure to have that nice and bold for you guys to see. And yeah, go show Sarah's shop a little love. She has some really cute fabrics, really cute items. She has great like hand dyed, and then she also has the Berroco and other really good commercial yarns like that. Her shop is super cute, and Sarah's amazing. So I'm really excited. If I get any footage or anything, I'll put it in here to show you of putting them there. But I'm super nervous about it also, because she ordered a lot and I picked out the fabric and everything and made it the way that like I wanted it made and make it look cute. So I'm hoping that she likes everything. So, but it's been really fun and a really awesome experience, and I hope that they do well for Sarah and that her customers really like them. So, yay! Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go through what I've been watching really fast before we get into life, because life is going to also take a minute. This is gonna be like the longest podcast ever. So if you ordered a bag in the last 2 or 3 months from me, just know that it was fueled by sci-fi. 100,000% sci-fi. I have been watching so much. So I've been sewing for hours and hours a day, like so many. I've been very, very blessed, but I've also been very, very worked. There was a few days where I'm like, I'm exhausted. I don't want to do this. But, you know, all within the right time. So I finished watching Star Trek The Next Generation. I was on season 4 last time we chatted. Watched all of it. Watched all of the TNG movies. I think there were 4 of them. Watched all of those. Then I went on and I watched Star Trek Deep Space Nine, which I don't think I had seen all of them, and especially not, like, I was very young when it came out, so I do not remember them very much. But I watched all 7 seasons of that and finished that. And then I watched all 5 seasons of Babylon 5, another sci-fi show from the 90s. And then I just, a few nights ago, started rewatching Farscape, which is also another sci-fi show from the late 90s. But it has 4 seasons, and I'm like halfway through season 1, maybe not even halfway. But yeah, sci-fi. I've been enjoying it immensely. Sometimes I can make it through a 22 episode season in 2 days, depending on how much I sew. Yeah, summertime. Yeah, I've been sewing a lot. But with Bryan, we've also been watching things. So we watched The Long Ways that I was talking about, Long Time with Ewan McGregor and Charlie Boorman. Then we also watched some other Charlie Boorman shows that he had, racing in South Africa and traveling the world. They were on Tubi, which is a free app that has a whole bunch of different things. That's what I watched Babylon 5 on, and also Farscape is what I'm watching it on. It has a lot of older things. Then we watched this show. It's this mini show type thing on Netflix called Toxic Town. It had a lot of actors that I know, like Jodie Whittaker and lots of people, like a girl from Bridgerton, and Mr. Bates from Downton Abbey's in it, and a whole bunch of other people. But it was, I think, like 4 episodes or something, and it's based on a true story. It was really good. I enjoyed watching that. It's been like almost 2 months since we watched that now. But then a new season of Quarterbacks on Netflix came out, which was so good. If you really like football, then I would suggest watching it. It does have a lot of language, but otherwise it's pretty football fueled. This season it went with Kirk Cousins, the Lions quarterback. Goff. What's his first name? I can't remember his first name. And Buffalo Bills Josh Allen. Those were the 3 quarterbacks that they followed throughout last season, and it was really good. We really enjoyed. Oh wait, no, was it Josh Allen? Was it Goff? But there was also the Bengals dude. Anyways, there were some quarterbacks. Was it Josh? No, it wasn't Josh Allen. It was pretty boy from the Bengals. What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. I'll probably put it on the screen. Crap, what is his name? I don't know. Anyways, it was a good show. I enjoyed it. There's also like linebacker, I think, or tight end. I don't know. There's 3 seasons and they're good. Then we watched the new limited series on Netflix called Untamed. I think a lot of people have seen that by now. It's already been picked up for season 2. It had not Josh. I'm doing awful with names. No. I'm doing really bad with names right now. My brain is just like done with life. But it's set in Yosemite. It's kind of like a crime thriller mystery solver thing. It was good. We've been to Yosemite before and loved it. So it was fun to kind of see them incorporate it into the show, even though they filmed in Canada and it wasn't Yosemite, but it was still fun. And lastly, we have been watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which is like the newest Star Trek show that's on Paramount Plus. We had never watched any of it, and the third season just started airing. So we went back and started from season 1 and am now all the way caught up to the latest episode that they had out. And I've been really enjoying it. It's been a really good show. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much, as much as I do, but I'm kind of in my Trekkie era at the moment, so enjoying it quite a bit. Better hurry up or I'm gonna lose my lighting here because it is starting to get dark and I've talked for ages. So life, my gosh, has life been wild the last 2 months. Oh my gosh, as I have been saying, I have been up to my eyeballs in sewing. So many. I have just finally this week gotten caught up with orders. I finished the wholesale and got all of my orders made. I have had 2 orders, such a blessing, come in since then that I'm gonna work on some tonight, but there's only 2. It's not like at one point I had like 60 some orders with Sock Week and stuff on Etsy, and it was a bit stressful. Like, I have to take it in small increments. Like, I'm gonna work on these. I'm not gonna think about anything else because I'll get overwhelmed. But it's been such a blessing, and I've been just so thankful and blessed. Tired, but so thankful and blessed. It's been amazing. But thank you guys so much for the support. My friend Julie has been such a blessing through this time as well. We've gone out multiple times, gone to yarn stores, fabric stores, you know, Chick-fil-A dates, all kinds of things. She's just so sweet. So I'm getting to see her tomorrow. She's going with me to drop off the wholesale, so that'll be fun. I haven't seen her in a while, so I'm looking forward to that. I do have a new bag style coming. I will take a video and show you because I forgot to bring it out here. This is called the Julie bag, and it will be coming to the next update. It is a zippered bag. It is a very lightweight, can roll it up, fit it anywhere, can fit up to 2 skeins of yarn. Good for like socks or like a small scarf or 2 skein project. But it has a zipper, and then it also has the D-ring, and it has a little tiny, I'm trying to decide, it's gonna have a little handle of some sort. I'm not 100% sure if it's gonna be like in the video that I'm showing you or if it's going to be a little different. But that's gonna be coming in the next update, which I'm hoping to start working on next week. And I'm gonna try to do a football / autumn update. So let me know. Do you have any bag styles that you would like to see in football or autumn prints? Let me know. I currently have Ohio State. Someone asked for Ohio State. So I have some Ohio State fabric. I have Buffalo Bills. I have Chiefs, obviously, Lions, and I feel like I have one more. I have this really cute new plaid football fabric as well. And I can get any NFL team or any college team that you would like. If I have to special order it, there is a $5 upcharge for your order, just since I'm ordering fabric specifically for your order, but I'm happy to do that and find options for you. There's tons of licensed fabrics out there for the NFL. So if you have a team that you want to represent with your knitting this fall or crocheting this fall, let me know, and I'd be happy to look into it for you. That's what I'm hoping for the next update. We'll see. Hopefully, I'm hoping in the end of July, oh my gosh, end of August, early September. Trying to go around like the pigskin party so that people can get their football items to get extra points, because that's what you do. So June 8th, I was so far into my Sock Week bags. Like, I was trying to get as many done as I possibly could. And then dear sweet little Lola decided that she was going to eat something. And it was going to wrap around her intestines and her tongue. And she was going to throw up everywhere. And then we were going to have to take her to the emergency vet on a Sunday, obviously, because why wouldn't it be a normal weekday? And have to have surgery and have this 4 4-foot long white thread taken from her body. Yes. This cat, oh my gosh. She definitely scared us. It was definitely either have this very expensive surgery or put her to sleep type thing. And Felicity and Bryan took her to the vet because I was like, can you please do this? I can't have that stress right now. I was stressed so much. So they took her, and Felicity was crying, and so they had to leave her overnight, and she had her emergency surgery, and she did fine, but she was petrified at the vet, and she wouldn't eat for them. She wouldn't sleep. She wouldn't do anything. So the next day, me and Felicity went because I was like, if I can go, I think I can get them to let her come home with me, and I can get her to eat because she doesn't like strangers at all. Like when my mom comes to visit, most of the time the cats are like all over her. Lola won't even come around her like at all. She's very peculiar little thing. So the vet said when they brought her in to see us that she was like the most lively and, you know, that she had ever been. So thankfully we got to take her home, and I slept on the bathroom floor with this cat for that night because she wouldn't stop jumping on things when she had a huge incision in her belly. And now she has decided that Felicity is like her emotional support human, and she follows Felicity everywhere. Felicity, when she wants to take a shower, either has to let her in the bathroom with her, or she'll sit outside and meow and paw under the door. Like, she's ridiculous. She is Velcro kitty now. She's doing amazing. She was also fixed when they had the emergency surgery. I was like, can you just do this while you're in there? So they do that, and now she's getting a little chunky. You know how cats get chunky after they get fixed? Well, she is doing that, and she is perfectly fine now. She thinks she runs the house, and she is a mess. I love her to death, but she is one unique cat for sure. Yes. So last time I talked, I was telling you about my squirrels that I have coming to eat all of my bird feed. Well, I now have raccoons. I'm going to show you video, but these raccoons, I had little baby raccoons. They were so stinking cute. Oh my gosh. So I got some backyard critter food for them, and I love them so much. They're such a joy. I also got some marshmallows for them the other day, and we have our one old man. I call him my old man raccoon because he just looks like he's old. I'm not even sure it's a boy. I think it is. But he's my old man raccoon, and he very much enjoyed the marshmallows. So that was really fun, and they are bringing me so much joy and eating me out of house and home. So yes, on the 4th of July, we went and got Japanese food, which was delicious. And then we went and watched fireworks in the little town nearby, and had a really great time watching those and just spending some time as a family. So we had a good, safe, kind of quiet 4th of July. Bryan was off, which was nice. Normally he works a lot of holidays, but it was nice to have him off. In July, we went to an art festival that was like in downtown Madison with Julie. She came up, and we drove all the way over there together and had a fun time with Felicity. Me and Julie went. We got some lunch, and we just had a really good time walking around. It wasn't too terribly hot in July, but it was a fun time. I was really glad we got to do that. Then the next week was Felicity's 17th birthday. She's so old. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is her last year as a child. I don't know how that happened, but she wanted to go to either an aquarium or a zoo, and I looked at both of them in Milwaukee, which is about an hour from us, and the zoo was better. So we ended up going to the Milwaukee Zoo, walked around. It was a really beautiful, like, upper 70s, low 80s day. So it was perfect to go walk around in. We saw a chimpanzee, I think, with a baby, and we saw lots of different baby animals. It was It was really fun. It was a good zoo, nice size, and we had a really good time. We also got Chick-fil-A, which was amazing. But yes, another thing with our animals. Tweet Tweet laid eggs. He is a she. Yes. We were hanging out one day and Felicity walks over to say hi and she's like, "Is that an egg in your bed?" And we were like, "No, he doesn't have an egg in his bed." There was an egg in his bed. Her bed. Oh my gosh. I still haven't gotten used to calling her her because she's been a boy for almost 2 years. Oh my gosh. So yes, apparently she had been acting kind of funny. You know, she'd actually been eating a lot more, I noticed, and was kind of just didn't think anything of it. I was like, maybe it's because it's been brighter outside and hot, maybe. And then Bryan tried to get her out one day and she was like, didn't really want to come out of her cage, and was kind of really nippy. It's because she was having eggs. She was having eggs. Obviously, they're not fertilized, so they're just like chicken eggs, but there will have been pictures and everything. But she ended up having 5 eggs. 5. We think that she's done having eggs. She hasn't had any in probably over a week. But yeah, poor girl was tired after that 5th egg. She never takes naps during the day. Like Skittles would take naps all the time, all day long, would nap. I have never ever seen this bird nap except for after laying those eggs. I was like, those eggs kept you up all night, girl. That's why. Being a mom's hard. But she did crack all of them too. She threw them out of her nest. So we got her some fake eggs and put them in there because that's something that you can do to kind of help them not make any more eggs, because normal, apparently, according to the internet, I think 2 to 5 eggs is typical for a conure. I asked Chopper, I was like, did you know this? Were you keeping the secret that she was a girl all this time? Now, if he turns out to be a girl, I'm going to just be flabbergasted because, like, literally, eggs. Eggs. This bird. Oh my gosh. It was wild. Super, super wild. But Tweets is a girl, so I was wrong. She is a girl. We don't have to do DNA testing now, so that's good. We were going to do that, but now we don't have to because obviously she's a girl. So we officially extended here in Wisconsin. We will be able to stay until at least mid-November. We're hoping to extend later than that. So we are very excited about that. That, of course, means I get to go to Wisconsin Sheep and Wool Festival next month. And we've just really enjoyed it here in Wisconsin. It's beautiful. And we want to see what it's like in winter, because we've spent winter in Utah and Colorado, so we want to kind of see what it's like in the Midwest, northern Midwest, kind of. I feel like Wisconsin's northern Midwest, right? I would say it is. But we will have to move campgrounds though, so we will only be at this campground till the end of September, and then we found another campground which is about an hour away from where we currently are, but Madison's like smack dab in the middle of that, so it'll be a little bit longer drive for Bryan, but not too bad, and he said that he's good with it, so that's what it is. I'm gonna be farther from Julie though, which makes me sad, but we'll still meet up. I've already made plans, but we're really happy for that, and it's such a blessing that we were able to find the campground. My friend Alana actually told me about the campground. She lives nearby it, so I'm very grateful to her. Thanks, Alana, for that, and just to be able to get a spot. And it's actually going to be cheaper than where we are right now, so that's also another blessing. But the extension came through yesterday, so it is official. Happy about that. And to ask the question, last Thursday, I was stressed and I was cutting fabric. I was working on bags. I was almost done with, my wholesale orders. I had this. I wanted to get everything done. Like I was feeling really stressed that I didn't have stuff done. And it was really getting to me. And I had put on a new rotary blade the day before and forgotten that I had put on a new rotary blade the day before. And it was about 12:30 at night. Bryan had gone to bed. He'd actually worked day shift, so he was exhausted and gone to bed. And I went to cut. I just had to cut literally like 4 things. And I went the first time to cut, and I went, and I missed the fabric or the interfacing completely, and I got my finger instead. And you know, I've cut myself plenty of times. You know, I cut my thumb, tip my thumb off once and things, and I'm no stranger to accidents like this at all. But this one took the cake. Yeah. So I am going to show you photos of what it looked like. So if you are queasy, do not look. There will be a little ding that you hear right now. When you hear that ding again is when you can look. Okay, so close your eyes, and here are the photos. So I had to wake Bryan up because I was like, dang it, this one I'm not going to be able to just, you know, tape closed and go on with my day, you know. This one is going to require some stitches. So I had to wake Bryan up. We had to drive 30 minutes away to the hospital because the one in town was not open at night. Emergency department that does not stay open. Yeah, had to go get stitches. So I ended up getting 4 stitches and 5 stitches. I got 5 stitches and almost passed out. I've never had anything numbed before, so when they put the stuff in to numb my finger, I was already very panicky. I'm subject to panic attacks. I take medicine for it. I took medicine on my way there for panic attacks just to make sure that I was like kind of calm, and I wasn't. But I might have looked calm on the outside, but I wasn't on the inside. But when he put the stuff in to make my finger numb, it messed with my head so much, and I despised having it numb. My fingers stayed numb like the whole thing for a good probably close to 20 hours probably. It was not my favorite thing at all. At all. I was not a fan. But it was all good. We were in and out of the ER in under an hour, which was amazing. I thought it would take a lot longer than that. But the guy who sewed me up was great. The nurse was great. The triage nurse was great. It was great. You know, we left probably just after 12:30 and got home before 2:30. So it was really great. Recommend the Wisconsin hospitals. But people were asking if I'm okay because I did post it on Instagram, so you may have seen it on there. But right before I started filming this, I actually lost one of the stitches. They have been driving me crazy, sticking out. But I'm going to show you what it looks like. It doesn't look too bad now. But this is, let me see if I can get it to focus on my finger. Come on. I might have to put an overlay of it because it's not wanting to, it wants to focus on me. Oh, there we go. So I did a really good number on it. You can see. And last night was the first night that I tried to knit with it. And obviously I have to wear a band-aid or else it's gonna, the yarn is gonna scrape right against it. But yeah, it was doable, but it wasn't the most comfortable to knit with it last night. I don't think I'd be able to knit probably for very long at one time or very fast. I was kind of trying to use my middle finger instead, and it was just weird. So my tension might be a little messed up, but I'm okay. I'm fine. I didn't really cut it off. I mean, I probably got, Bryan said I got very close to the bone. It's okay. It'll be okay. I'll be okay. Now my fear is doing it again. So every time I cut, I'm like, have PTSD, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that again. Because could you imagine doing it again on the same finger? Oh, no. But it really is not painful at all, unless I hit it on something. Otherwise, it is absolutely fine. It was pretty bruised from where they stuck the needles in and put the little syringe triage thingamajigger on it, like the thing to make it stop bleeding. What is that called? I don't know. Someone will tell me. But from that it was sore, but otherwise, I mean, it just feels really tight. So I'll be all right. It'll be fine. So I've talked about 20 minutes about life, so I think we're probably done, right? Thank you guys for watching, for coming along with me. Yeah, it's been a while and I've missed you guys, and I hope to see you guys sooner than the last time. I hope to do maybe some making vlogs now that I have caught up with sewing. I am taking the rest of the week off. Basically, I have these 2 orders that I'm going to work on, but I haven't committed to having them shipped till next week. So I'm going to take it slow, take it easy, and catch my breath for a minute. But I hope to see you guys next time. If you are going to Wisconsin Sheep and Wool, please let me know. I'd love to meet up. But until I see you again, have a great one. Bye. And this was gifted to me by Julie. Sorry, I think I'm cockeyed. Any extra notions? Any mind? I'm trying to film. So loud. So loud. My gosh, I have not talked this much in so long. Also, I forgot what I was gonna say. A thought came in my mind and then it just escaped. Anyways.